to the family of Mam Connie, to the Secretary General of the ANC, the Mayor of Ekurhuleni, the Provincial Secretary of the ANC, to the Deputy Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, to, I've never said to the ANC so many times, but I must continue because there's a lot of them here. They mustn't bring membership because I'm greeting them. To the previous Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, and to all the artists present, to the police that's here. I wonder why during my past days you never sang for me. I never knew you sang so good. And I want to thank the man of God. I must read the eulogy. So I was sitting there to say, should I first say what because a lot of things were said here that needs answers. And I can't blame no one. So I thought, let me first read the eulogy and then I will answer some of the pleas and accusations that was made here. So please, artists, bear with me. Let me finish reading the eulogy and I will come to that. The obituary from Mam Connie. From the sun-baked streets of Welkom to the dazzling lights of Hollywood, Connie Temweka Kabizile Chumi life was a masterpiece of passion and perseverance. Born on 5 June 1952 in the Free State, Connie blossomed from being a small-town dreamer into a beacon of African creativity. Her talent illuminating stages all over the world with each role and each performance. She not only told stories, but she rewrote the narrative of what it means to be an African artist in the world stage and on the world stage. The daughter of Right Tadio Chumi from Panda village in Usia Nkata Bay in Malawi, and Angeline Mandlovu from Escort, KwaZulu-Natal province. Connie's roots were deeply embedded in the rich soil of African heritage. From her early days in Welkom, where her love for music and arts first stirred, to a final bow to the world stage, Connie's life was a masterclass in turning passion into purpose. Her path was not always straightforward. After a brief stint at a nursing school in Tembisa, life took an unexpected turn with the birth of a son Tumi. Undeterred, Connie pivoted to teaching, finding herself at the heart of the Soweto uprising. While working at Liratong Primary School, in 1976. But it was in 1977 that destiny called, leading her to audition for the musical Sola Sola that would change the course of her life forever. From that moment, Connie's star began to rise. She graced stages across the globe, from Israel to Greece, the United States to New Zealand, leaving audiences spellbound with her performances in classics like Porgy and Bess, Little Shop of Horrors, Ipi Ntombi. Her transition to television was equally impressive, with memorable roles on shows like Circle of Sense, Inkom Edla Yodwa, Good is Nice. I know Good is Nice. Kuleleka, Izo. I also know Izo. The award-winning portrayal of Stella Molloy in Zone 14, Rhythm City, Housekeepers, and most recently, Mamsonto on Mzansi Magic Gomorrah. There were also films like Chicken Business, I Dreamed of Africa, Losing Lerato, and Netflix Heart of the Hunter. But it was at the age of 66 that Connie achieved global recognition, starring in the groundbreaking film Black Panther. This role, followed by appearances in Black is King and Wakanda Forever, cemented her status as an international icon, proving that talent knows no age. Yet, for all her accolades, it was Connie's heart that truly sets her apart. Through the Connie Chiume Foundation, established formally in 2022, but active for over 2 decades, she nurtured young talent across Africa, embodying the spirit of Ubuntu in every aspect of her life. She was more than an actress. She was a mother figure to many, a beacon of hope, and a tired advocate for the arts. She was also a businesswoman, founder and projects initiator, being a board member for companies like Fertile Ground Holdings, Refocus Africa, Invest Network, and Chimora Media Enterprise, amongst many others. On 6 August 2024, just 2 months after celebrating her 72nd birthday, Connie took a final bow after a brief illness. She leaves behind her 2 sisters and a brother, her children Tumi, Tabisile, Nongelo, and Tando, grandchildren Libona, Kabelo, Livu, Lelo, Liwatle, Diteto, and Bahumi, and countless others who found in her a mother, a friend, and a source of inspiration. Connie's legacy is not merely in the role she played or the awards she won, but in the lives she touched, in the dreams she ignited. Her journey from the stages of Welcome to the silver screens of Hollywood serves as a powerful reminder that with passion, perseverance, and an open heart, one can truly change the world. As the curtain falls on an earthly performance, we celebrate a life lived with purpose, joy, unwavering commitment to a craft and a community. Connie may have left the stage, but the spirit lives on in every person she inspired, every life she touched, and every heart she opened. Rest in peace, Robalaka Khotso Mam Connie. Your story, like your performance, will continue to move, inspire, and transform for generations to come. And now, very importantly, I'm having my Nantoke moment. I'm now going to speak Malawian. Indini Connie temweka gabisile chumi murwa mulanga chalo muzukulu wa Thomas Nongela Chisolo mwana wa right tariyo chume wapa usisiayo kufuma kumwera mupaka kupiri lampande mupaka kuluvuvo sasasa mupaka kamabule salima murwa mulango chalo chumi murwa mulango chalo halala mwana wa murungwa mulaga chalo. I saw Honorable Fana Mokoena here, and I also saw now the chairperson of the EFF. My apologies. I saw you now, Honorable Fana Mokoena of the EFF, and the whole leadership of the EFF that's present. My apologies. I saw you now. So let me tell you, when I read that part, what went through my mind, Barry, he utsabebu minister. He abahambe ubisa kabua puya bore. I want to tell you a story before I come to what I actually want to say. Many years ago, I think I was 15, we stole a vehicle. There was 3 of my friends, 3 of my best friends, but we got arrested. But we jumped out of the car. My one friend was driving. The police eventually shot him, and he passed on. But we were arrested. When we paid bail, we had to go to Cape Town to his funeral. But on the day of his funeral, we rushed to Cape Town. Also making a plan for another vehicle to get there, but we're not going to talk about that. So we got there. So when we got to the church, they said the funeral just left. We rushed to the graveyard. We got to the graveyard, there was 5 funerals happening. We didn't know which one is the funeral of our friend. So we got to the first funeral, we heard the pastor say, "Hy was 'n man van die Here. En hulle moet wa modimo." I said, this is not the one, let's go next door. So we got next door. He said, "This man worked hard for his family." We said, "No, it's not this one." So we went through all 5 funerals. And then we no. Then we recognized that the first funeral, we recognized somebody that's also in our business of infrequently dealing with motor vehicles. So we got there, and then we realized we had the right funeral. But everything that was said there was nothing about the man that we knew. So it gives me great joy today to speak at a funeral where everything good that is being, that the people are saying here, it is the actual truth. This person lived the truth. I walked in here usually with functions like this. Government officials you become the, what do you call this thing, the boxing, this thing they hit, the boxing sack, punching bag. But today I walked in here very brave. Who can make me a punching bag here? I will answer them. Because Mam Connie has applied at this department for help from the previous minister, Zizi Kodwa. And Zizi didn't think twice. Minister Zizi helped. And I got sight of a letter last night that Mam Connie addressed to the previous minister, where she thanked him. After she won an award, she said in her life she's never won an award with money. And she thanked him for his foresight and the respect that he has. So Minister, I want to thank you for making me brave walking in here. Your time was short, but you've truly, and sometimes there's a blessing to this thing. I'll tell you what is the blessing. Hey, to be in the shoes and you come in a position where more razzmatazz, the real razzmatazz Bucks and them has been. When you talk to people, I said to this white guy, next week, ek kom ry saam met julle fiets. Ek tot samal na die bicycle. I thought I'm in President Barry. Yeah, Bucks used to go with us a lot. He was talking about the Bucks. So I want to say, there's been dinatla in this department. But you see, we must be honest as artists. There's certain things that is in your hands that you are not using. I am an author. I'm one of the most successful authors. I own my work. I own my work. I look at the people in music. You don't own your work. You don't own sales. You don't own distribution. You can never make money if you don't own one of those big 3. Then you want sometimes to blame us. While you also have a responsibility to own your work, to own shares. Artists in this country, my heart bleeds for you because you are not recognized as workers. How will you buy a car tomorrow? How will you leave your children inheritance? You are not being recognized as a worker in this country. And that's what I want to say to you. You know, mistakes has been made. But you know what is the one thing where I think the previous ministers, they better than me in this respect. Amongst there's good, you know, let's take an example with this lady. She asked the department for help to take people to New Orleans. The people went to New Orleans. We saw the pictures. When they were done, they wrote us a letter. You gave us so much. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where your money went. Some amongst you here, when the money comes, you first go buy a Range Rover. You are going to conquer to come and compete, but to shelter like Gayton McKenzie. You have nothing. You come and compete with us there. Then you come and swear us here on social media. Hey, Zizi has done nothing. Hey, Mbalula has done nothing. Hey, Natim Teto has done nothing. So I asked the people, how could these ministers do nothing? They said, no, these ministers did a lot. I said, show me. I'm like, huh? Mbaks give these people this. Zizi. Nati. Kiri. Zacha. Social media. Go show the people they got money. The ones that phoned me are the ones that is robbing artists. You get millions from us, but you tell artists you can't pay them when the actors, because you've not been paid. We are going to expose those people that are thing. This government is your government. There's no shame in getting help from your government. It's not, don't turn us bringing out the names as a source of shame. Because this government must help you. It will help you. But you must not tell us, I got 100,000, why you put me on social media? Why did you ask me for money? Why did you ask the previous minister for money? So many people came out and they said, thank you. We were told there's no money. And I want to tell every person here, you have been robbed. Artists, these companies, the war that this giant fought will continue. I want to say to you, you know, sometimes just before the president announced which ministries, so we gossip. Hey, what do you want? So I'm flying to Cape Town. Minister Gayton McKenzie asked to sit next to me. So I removed my friend. I said, let Minister McKenzie sit here. He says, no, where do you see yourself? Which ministers, if you're going to get something? I said, number 1, Home Affairs. I said, he says, so he's very smart. So he says, what else? I said, number 2, police. Because I know it takes an ex-thief to catch a present thief. I know all the tricks. I mean, I can finish them. I know everything. I can finish them, let me tell you. You know, one of the biggest gangsters, he met me at the airport. He says, if they give you police, I'll be the first in Pimpi. I will turn and become in Pimpi. So when we landed, Minister Gayton takes the phone. So I'm thinking, hey, what is the third one? I'm phoning my friends, Kerry. Which third ministry can we say we want? Gayton just asked me. They say, take sport. I said, yeah. I'll just say sport, arts and culture. What I didn't know was 2 things. Number 1, I've got very cheapskate friends. They only said sports because they want free tickets. Nothing about my political development, nothing about growing. But number 2, if President Cyril Ramaphosa calls me tomorrow and he says to me, You can have home affairs. You can have police. I will nicely ask him, beg him, for me to remain at sports, arts and culture. For no other reason that I will never in my life have the opportunity to repay for what I've done in the past, to change lives en masse with the opportunity that I have now. I want to say to artists, to dancers, to singers, to athletes, it's a new day. Change ifitlile. I'm going to be, it's true what you said. There is money. I'll make you one example. This government, and I hate to praise the ANC, but the truth is the truth. This government, for the past 5 years, they've given 1 billion for movies. 1 billion. There's not even a hit movie that came out. People have not been paid. Then you come here and you blame the government. Let them say I am lying because kita ba sapaka Twitter, you got. This government, where I differ with this government is I am not a minister you're going to blame for stuff, then I'm the bigger person. Once you have gotten money, so in future, to tell artists, we are busy changing the funding model. No person will ever get money from the department if you are not telling us how much you're paying the actors, if you are not telling us how many people you're going to hire. We are tired of you buying Range Rovers with the money that should go to the artists. To the dancers, I want to say to you, South Africa, I was very embarrassed with the dancing at the Olympics. I'm going to take up that matter. I can't dance. I am those shower dancers. But when they introduced break dancing, and I was sitting there, I felt like taking off my jacket. I can show him how to dance. So I am saying to everybody here today, you know, people like to say my door's open and all those things. We must change. Somebody sent me one of the best quotes for my job. What it basically said, it says, a government that's serious about empowerment and it doesn't include the arts is not serious. So I want to say to you, I always knew the President Ramaphosa as a smart guy. I never knew he's a genius because he must be a genius. Look who he made Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture.